Yo, my Bill 5000 Nation, how's everyone doing today? Hopefully everyone's having a great day. If not, I hope it gets better from here. Alright, we are back with another That Chapter. This one is titled YouTuber faked live stream to cover for horrific crime. Natalie McNally? I'm pretty sure I pronounced that right. Seemed relatively simple. Yeah. Now, we did a video not too long ago with Mr. Ballin, and I was informed by a viewer that Coffee House Crime and That Chapter have both done a story on that. So within the next upcoming few weeks, I'm going to try to get both of those covered to see if there's like any other information that we might have missed out on. You never know, because they all tell it slightly different. And they do. They really do. I have no problems with that. I like getting a little bit different information from each and every single one of them. So we will definitely be looking into that. Yeah. So thank you so much for, the suggestion. I really do appreciate it. I love it. All right. This is going to interest me. Not in the way you think. Just I want to see how he faked a live stream. Like, how do you do that? I've attempted a live stream a long time ago, and it was awful. I never want to attempt it again until I get much better internet. But there's a lot like okay, maybe through like, but then you wouldn't. I don't know. Let's get into today's story. Go ahead, turn them lights down low, put on something comfy, cup with someone special. Let's get completely confused on what the hell's even going on, because I'm already confused about the whole situation.
Hey you, and welcome. My name is Mike, and in this old video, we have a story of a guy, of a budding online entrepreneur. His content was all about reviews and the like, the TV show Doctor Who, his speciality. I know, right? Which doctor? Nobody seems to know. They're always asking who. I've never watched an episode in my life. I presume that's the plot. There were YouTube videos, toy reviews, did I mention he's 32 years old, and also podcasts.
Hey, and we're live. Hello, everyone. Yeah, a little bit out of the blue, this, isn't it? But, hang on, my levels are just a nightmare. There we go, bring that down a little bit.
But there's one video in particular I gotta mention at the top. A YouTube livestream that was on December 18th, 2022. A Christmas livestream. He was playing Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
Hey, everyone. 2 seconds. I'm just gonna get into this one and trash it that way.
Thing is, this was not live. This was pre-recorded. It was his alibi, something he dropped some very dark hints of in this live stream, because while this was playing, again, live, he was committing a horrific crime against an amazing young woman. And of course, before we get into it, please subscribe to see...
Oh god, let's just go ahead and call it. We've learned as much as we want to, and let's all go home. No, yeah, didn't think so.
Two new crime videos every week, Tuesdays and Fridays. His name, Stephen McCullough. Her name was Natalie McNally. Now let's give it a go.
Let's do it. Okay, I don't know either one of these people. Like, are they both YouTubers? I don't know. I don't know everything that's on YouTube. It'd be probably physically impossible to know absolutely everything that's on YouTube. But why fake? Did he think faking the live stream was going to convince people? I mean, aren't you going to know whenever you're sitting there talking to that person on a live stream and they're not like talking back correctly or answering your questions? Or
So this story takes us to Northern Ireland, just over the border from myself, if you can believe that, and to the town of Lurgan, County Armagh. Lurgan is about 30 minutes from Belfast City, just off Lough Neagh. Approximately 30,000 people live there, and it has a bit of a history, from the famine to the Troubles. And it's still a divided town between loyalists and nationalists. It's a whole thing. And there, Natalie McNally lived.
Okay. So beautiful. I want to go. I want to go at least once in my entire life. That is beautiful.
In 2022, Natalie was 32 years of age, living on the northwest side of Lurgan. She had attended Queen's University Belfast, studying law, before switching things up and studying marketing and marketing management. Which are they not the same thing? She then went on to work in a number of roles, eventually ending up working for TransLink, public transport across Northern Ireland. As you can imagine, she worked on the marketing side of things, but outside of work, Natalie loved animals. She loved jigsaws, Everton Football Club and County Armagh Gaelic football. She was also a strong campaigner for equality. In December 2022, Natalie was also 15 weeks pregnant with a baby boy. Christmas, it's generally a quiet time of year. Time for...
Yeah, let's just go ahead and stop. Let's just stop. And she was pregnant too. Fuck.
For everybody to get together with their families, to have a nice, lovely time. One of those times of years when you're just thinking, hey, aren't we all just great? So crimes that take place around this time of year tend to be big news, bigger than normal, because, it's the antithesis of what Christmas is supposed to be about. So this story began on December 18th, which was, if you can believe it, the World Cup final day. That evening, Natalie was watching it with her parents in their home in Lurgan. After Natalie watched the match with her parents, and of course, as you probably remember, not only was it a big one with the extra time and the penalties, Messi's big day, yada yada yada, after watching the match, Natalie, she went home to her home, which was not too far away. Her own house was in Silverwood Green. She lived there alone with her 2 cats and her dog, and this was, around evening time. It was then the next morning, the Monday.
That was a beautiful area. Was that like apartment places, like apartment complex? Surrounded just by like lush green? I want to go to Ireland so bad. That's beautiful. Scotland, Ireland. I want to see all those places. Because I have a feeling I would love it and I probably won't come back. I'm not kidding. It looks so beautiful.
That, as we see so often in these cases, no one could get through to Natalie. She didn't show up for work. Her friends and family couldn't contact her, which was quite unusual. Again, she was 15 weeks pregnant, so you worry. And so it was Natalie's boyfriend, Stephen McCullough of Lisburn, which is a town 20 minutes away, who went into her home that Monday night at around 10 p.m. to see what was going on.
Detectives from the Major Investigation Team have now launched a murder investigation following the death of Natalie McNally in Lurgan. This follows the results of the post-mortem. The 32-year-old died a violent death, having been stabbed a number of times, and there are signs of defensive injuries. She was murdered at her home in the Silverwood Green area of the town, and evidence now suggests that she was murdered on the night of Sunday, the 18th of December.
Stephen and Natalie had been dating for approximately 4 months by December.
Damn. And that piece of shit did it too, bro.
They struck up their relationship in August, and it seems like they got Natalie got pregnant pretty quickly, maybe even before the relationship actually properly started. Stephen, 32 years of age, 33
Takes two to tango, bruh.
I guess now, but 32 at the time was, according to his LinkedIn, which you all know is the least bullshitty website out there. I am a hardworking, focused individual who provides clear and precise narrations for both video and audio purposes, with a unique style which is easy listening, yet exciting.
I picked up both the Luke Skywalker and Obi-Wan versions, and they're easily some of the best collectibles I own. It's great that while they offer the same bells and whistles as the non-detachable blade counterparts, they also have this great broken sound effect which plays if you try to activate them without the blade attached.
I have had much success working for Following the Nerd, some nerd blog, and hosting their weekly radio show. I also create and host videos on my own YouTube channel, which has amassed over 40,000 subscribers. I wish to continue in this vein of work by hosting or narrating any projects which you may require spoken audio for. And he had the chops to back all that up. His YouTube channel, VoteSaxon07, catchy name. As I said, it focused on all types of content. Reviews of Doctor Who, his speciality, but you also got toys, you got robots, beginning every video with,
Hello YouTube viewers and random Doctor Who fans. Hello YouTube viewers and random Star Wars fans. Hello YouTube viewers and random Doctor Who fans, or hello friendos, I don't know how to introduce these. Hello YouTube viewers and random James Bond fans. Hello YouTube viewers and random DC fans. Hello friendos. Or should I say hello YouTube viewers and random Toy Story fans.
I mean, it's no, hey you.
What?
I'm not being a hater, I ain't got no hater's heart. It's content. It takes a bandwidth, I'll give it that. Stephen worked part-time for the Belfast Telegraph, assistant audience editor, but he was also a man who knew what he wanted.
Hello YouTube viewers and random subscribers.
Another 10 out of 10 impersonation. It was.
Yes, it's true, I'm selling it all. Well, not all of it. Some of it. Most. A lot. Yes, so if you check the link in the description or even in the comment section, because why not? Pop it in the comment section. There will be a link to my official eBay channel where you can bid and buy some of the stuff that I have in this collection room.
And that was being online, whether it was the YouTube channel, Patreon, whoa, unedited reactions, or his Instagram. So it was on the evening of the 19th that Stephen found Natalie in her house. Natalie had been stabbed a number of times. She had defensive wounds on her, cuts,
So she was killed on the 18th. He found her the night of the 19th, right? And she was how many weeks pregnant? And he let... I hope someone cuts his pecker off. I really fucking do.
compression of the neck and blunt force injuries to the head. She'd been killed sometime after she got home on the 18th of December. I mean, this case is already tragic enough, but one other aspect of this case to just add to the tragedy was that when Natalie was found, and the door was opened, her dog, a German Shepherd, River, ran out of the house and was hit by a car. Thankfully, I mean, the dog would make a full recovery, but it's just one more thing. It's just, my God, a horrifying, attack at Christmas. And, Natalie's parents knew she was pregnant, but nobody else did. Natalie was planning on telling, the rest of her family and her friends on Christmas Day, a week later, but, yeah. A targeted attack. She likely knew the killer. Police later released CCTV of a suspect entering Silverwood Green. It's a place.
Sometimes these videos are really hard to listen to. Really hard. Oh, fuck. All right. I just need a second. So did boyfriend know she was pregnant, or did just her and the parents know? Like, was she even going to tell the boyfriend on Christmas? I'm not saying that makes it better in my head. I just want to know, like, on a scale of 1 to 10, did he know she was pregnant whenever he went in there, killed her, and left her there for a day? Or did he not know? That's going to make me know where I really do need to judge him. Because if he knowingly went and did it, I want bad things to happen to him. If he didn't knowingly, willing, and went in and did it, I want bad things to happen to him. Yeah, you're right. Either way, it don't matter.
Place, one road in, one road out, and the footage showed a man entering the neighborhood at 8:52 p.m. and then leaving at 9:30 p.m. Two neighbors would say they heard screams at roughly 9 p.m. Now, police would have more CCTV unreleased, and it showed. Well, see, the area Natalie lived in, it was kind of, on the edge of town. And when you were walking into the area, the numbers on the houses, they were quite hard to see, especially at night. But the CCTV the police had showed the, suspected killer booking it directly to Natalie's house, as in they knew where she lived, they knew where they were going. So it just added again to it being a targeted attack, that the killer had come for Natalie. This wasn't a burglary gone wrong or yada, yada, yada.
At a time when families would normally come together, and it's impacted everybody so very profoundly. We as a community want to take the opportunity to offer our deepest condolences to Natalie's parents, her brothers, her family, and her friends.
Anybody out there listening to this here that has the slightest idea who this fellow is, you have to come forward to the police. Don't show loyalty to this person. Well, you might be wrong, but the chances are you might be right, and this fella will be caught and taken off the streets, because we don't want this to happen to any other wee girl like it happened to our Natalie.
Now, Stephen McCullough, he was actually arrested the very day Natalie was found on the 19th. You know the drill, right? You got boyfriend, the person who found her, nearly always them. But Stephen would later be released as, he was often on YouTube. He was a YouTuber, and it was found that he was live streaming when the murder occurred. This stream.
Hey, and we're live. Hello, everyone. Yeah, a little bit out of the blue, this, isn't it? But hang on, my levels are just a nightmare. There we go. Bring that down a little bit. And that could be a little bit better framed, but that's the fun of being live. Yes, so hello to all in this glorious...
It's a live stream, so he couldn't have killed her. A clear and obvious alibi. In fact, the last text sent from Stephen to Natalie was, "Right, I'm off to stream the night away. Wish me luck." Sent at 5:57 p.m.
An evening with your old pal Stephen.
However, after being ruled out, Stephen would refuse to cooperate with the PSNI, the Northern Ireland police. He wouldn't help out. Like, for example, the police wanted to know what was the house like after you arrived, but before EMTs and police did. And he would refuse to say. In follow-up interviews, he wouldn't say much really at all, but he did.
Okay, what was the meaning behind the question that they was asking, though? I mean, why would you ask that? Like, why? What kind of question is that? No, and I'm not asking that to be rude. It's just like, why would you ask somebody who went there, found the person, and be like, hey, in between the time that you found her and the time, we all there, how'd you feel about everything? That's just a weird question to me. I wouldn't answer it either. I don't know, I was upset, cried, I pooped a little bit. For some reason, I was slightly aroused, and I was hungry. Someone's gonna look at me weird. I ain't answering that question. I refuse.
Say in one of them, he knew who had done this, naming a specific person. The police would recover the believed murder weapon, thought to have come from Natalie's own home, a kitchen knife, most likely. And of course, they repeatedly asked for anyone who knows anything to come forward. And fears began to spread that, while there was, no believed threat to the wider community, that the killer may have fled Northern Ireland. either to Britain or to the Republic of Ireland. There were a couple of arrests like Stephen's, but again, like Stephen, they were released soon afterward. Crime Stoppers, they would offer £20,000 for any information leading to an arrest and conviction. What would ultimately occur, though?
Is £20,000 a lot of money? I know who did it. I know exactly who did it.
During the investigation is that the PSNI would be able to determine that the live stream Stephen McCullough said was his alibi. Look, I was live streaming last night. I was clearly at home on my computer live on YouTube.
Excuse me.
Well, digital boyos, clackety boyos would be able to determine that that wasn't live. That was a pre-recorded video played as a live stream. It was pre-recorded on December 14th, 2022, 4 days before the murder. So Stephen had no alibi, only a pretend alibi, and Stephen McCullough was rearrested on January 31st. The live stream was titled Violent Night, of all things, goddamn.
A little bit better framed, but that's the fun of being live. Yes, so, hello to all on this glorious Sunday evening. Yeah, so I just thought, why not? I'm gonna do a live stream, because this day next week is Christmas. So what more could you want for Christmas other than an evening with your old pal Stephen?
The live stream seems kind of normal, run of the mill.
And of course I'm wearing my little Santa hat as well, look at that.
Kind of annoying,
Around.
but yeah.
I thought that the headphones would muck with it, but they didn't. Good. Yeah, so what are we doing tonight?
But then you realize that this video was recorded, edited, and posted as if it was live solely for the purposes of giving Stephen McCullough an alibi for the alleged murder of Natalie McNally. He knew this would be playing and people would be watching while he was allegedly violently murdering his partner, his pregnant partner, Natalie McNally. How sick is that? As sick as his actions during the live stream. By the way, it's real shit streaming. It's like boring as all shit.
I'll see what you're doing, you bastard. Taking my fancy suit away. I have to go to the clothes shop first, don't I?
So this stream, right, he's playing GTA Vice City, and the first indication it's fake is when he says he can't respond to comments live.
Well, because this streaming software is kind of up the left, it means I can't check the live chat, which is a real shame. So, by all means, talk amongst yourselves. I could use my phone to dip in every now and again and check it, but I've decided that I kind of hate live streams where people just sit and read comments and go, "Oh my god, yes, ask me questions, better." And also, if I go on my phone for too long, I'll end up just scrolling through TikTok. And
also, one really eerie part of the stream is, well, during it live, he would take frequent breaks, I guess deciding, what he'd be doing next, and so he could edit it all together. And midway during the 6-hour stream, during one of the breaks, this pops up.
I'll tell you something. I made a real pig's ear of that. I just sat down and I pulled the controller and the headphones off the table, which hit the keypad.
See, remember, all of this is pre-recorded. All of this is edited. So the fact that "No Time to Die" pops up when he was allegedly killing, no words, he put that in there on purpose. The stream began at 6 p.m.-ish, or at least that's when he tweeted it would. This "No Time to Die" picture pops up midway through the stream, 3 hours in, so that would have been around 9 p.m., which is when CCTV showed a man walking into Natalie's house, and at the same time a neighbor heard a scream. He knew the exact time he would be killing her at, and had this pop up when he recorded it 4 days before as a dark joke.
That's why I like sticking to just doing crimes in a video game. Keeps things simple, mate. Yeah, that's physics. That's what would happen in the real world. Abso-fucking-Natalie. Abso-fucking-Natalie. Back into work on Wednesday, then off until New Year.
Why was anyone watching this? I kind of just want to throw myself out of a window. And it's been a very... Why are you playing Vice City, bruh? Is it your feel good? Is it your go back to? Is it your comfort game?
Years.
We all have one.
So it'll be enough time to rest, relax, spend time with my loved ones.
Piece of shit.
Actually, it'll be a really fucking good Christmas this year.
Oh.
But yes, sorry, I'm getting horribly distracted. Yeah, so I think break. I think a little break. Just try and collect myself again and stop the eyes from stinging right the fuck out of my head.
He should knew he was going to kill his old lady. Did he know that she was pregnant? Like, if he knew she was pregnant, and he's sitting there saying, like, I have a feeling it's going to be the best Christmas ever and all this other bullshit, I swear to God, I will rip his pecker off and beat him to death with it my fucking self. I don't give a fuck. Tell me where he is at right here, right now. I will figure out how to. Piece of shit.
The motive has never been released, just been speculated on. I mean, Stephen, he would have been the father of Natalie's unborn son. Maybe he just didn't want to be the father. But the prosecution have also said that in the days leading up to her death, Natalie had been in contact with a former boyfriend, and some of the contact was sexualized. Quote, the prosecution suggests sexualized contact with this individual, and indeed others, over a period of time is the catalyst for what occurred to Ms. McNally. The prosecution suggests that these communications on Ms. McNally's phone do provide a motive. It was revealed that Stephen had unlocked Natalie's phone 9 times on the night before her death. We can only assume, constantly checking to see who she was talking to and who she was in contact with. There was a lot more though than the police simply discovering that his alibi was bullshit, that the stream, his whole cover was bullshit. Something which he did later admit to. He would later tell the police, okay, you got me, I pre-recorded that and then played it as if it was live. He would say though the night of the murder he'd been in his own house in Lisburn, he'd been drinking, and then he simply passed out. End of. CCTV evidence would show Stephen on a bus in Lurgan, on a bus that would have been on its way to Natalie's house. And then police spoke to a taxi driver who was able to confirm.
Bro, I'm gonna go ahead and let you know. Not all popo are shitty. Some of them do their job. I'm telling you, bro. Some of them actually do their work. Like, they will find you. Oh, no, I saw them the whole time. Really? Like, here's a picture of you on the bus. Here's a picture of a taxi cab driver that drove you home. Here's a picture of the receipt. Here's a picture of the money you handing to me. Here's a picture of the picture you took with the taxi cab driver.
He had picked up Stephen McCullough and brought him home. And brought him home to his exact address. When Stephen said he was, the taxi driver picked him up outside or near Natalie's home, Stephen was saying that he'd been home that whole night.
Of murdering Natalie McNally. Wearing a navy blazer and pink top, he's just yards away from her father at a vigil held to remember her in Lurgan. Mr McCullough's legal counsel wanted to know what's changed since he was publicly eliminated from the investigation as a suspect before Christmas. Well, initially it was believed that Mr McCullough was engaging in a live stream on the night that Natalie died for his 37,000 followers, but it's since emerged that that stream was actually not live, rather pre-recorded. Natalie's family were in court as a detective explained how it's believed McCullough's alibi was staged. McCullough was looked at as a potential suspect again after a taxi driver said he had picked a man up outside a pub in Lurgan and brought him to an address in Lisburn on that night. It transpired that this was McCullough's address.
There was no activity on Stephen's phone from 6 p.m. to 11:16 p.m, which was 3 minutes after the taxi allegedly dropped him home. You know what else is crazy? Police would also determine that in the weeks after the murder of Natalie. You know, Stephen would obviously be meeting up with the family quite a bit.
This is so fucked up. Please tell me they give him like multiple life sentences for just being a piece of shit. It's the biggest piece of trash ever. Please tell me.
One time, Stephen was over at the, McNally family home, and he left his phone there, on, recording. He then came back for his phone later on that day. He left his phone on in their home, recording their conversations, because he was trying to find out if they suspected him. If they suspected him of killing Natalie. This was after the family allowed Stephen to spend 20 minutes alone with Natalie's body on Christmas night, presuming he was just absolutely grief-stricken. The case, it's not gone to trial yet. The prosecution would say it would be some time, a number of months, before it would be ready. So look forward to that one. Damn. I mean, I guess he thought he could just do whatever he wanted, and he could get away with it. I mean, clearly on that live stream, it's as if he's literally taunting the references and the things he says when he knew this would be playing, when he would be allegedly killing her.
Absolutely.
If he is convicted of what he's accused of, well then that live stream might just be one of the most messed up things I've ever seen in my life. It is what the French would call a je ne sais quoi, which is French for I don't know what, because I don't know what to think about it other than it is absolutely sick. Imagine, I mean, recording
I agree.
that 4 days.
I agree 100% with the sentiment. That's what I'm saying. Like, did he know that she was pregnant? Did he? If he did, and he did all that, all of it, just, and all the shitty ass little comments. Like, this is going to be the best Christmas and everything else. Like, fuck all that, bro. Huh. Okay, let's play devil advocate real fast, because I want to go down this part, because this is going to be fun. Okay, what if he was really excited, you know, like, oh, I'm really excited for Christmas, because that's when she was going to tell everyone she was pregnant. What if he didn't do it? It was someone else. Oh, no, he did. He piece of shit. I can tell by his face. Don't even worry about that. His face is shitty.
I mean, recording not knowing what you're going to be doing when it's playing. Some sick shit. Well, looks like his content creator live streaming career is over just as soon as it was beginning, you know. It's too bad. We lost a good one. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you being here, watching this whole video with me. It means, as always, means a lot to me. If you'd like to look more into this story, as always, sources down below that are all publicly available, so give them a go if you want to. But other than that, that wraps up this old chapter, which is kind of tragic, scary, and
fucked.
Messed up is really the only way I can put it. But you know what? Here, I'll see you in a couple of days. Remember, videos on Tuesdays and Fridays, most Fridays. So until then, as always, please take care of each other, and please take care of yourselves, because I love you. Thank you.
Take her easy, my friend. All right, that was a really fucked up video. I mean, I enjoyed the video itself, like, but sometimes I really feel bad for watching these videos and being like, I really enjoyed that video. If you enjoyed it, like, you do know what I'm meaning whenever I say I enjoyed that video, right? I don't mean like I enjoy, like, I enjoy the information in this video. I don't know. It's okay. We are who we are. We're all a little fucked up. It's what makes us special and unique. Alright. I really enjoyed today's video. If y'all enjoyed today's video as much as I did, please leave a thumbs up. If you're a fan of the spooky, scary, strange things that just... Man. Fucking YouTubers, bro. You can't trust them. Think about subscribing. Yeah, you know, you can't trust them YouTubers. Hey, you want to subscribe, man? As always, be good to one another. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Man, that has me so oh, I want someone to rip his pecker off and beat him to death with it. I really do. That would make me the happiest person in the world right now.